Hey YouTube, it is YDIY here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make duct tape tote bags. So, I'm going to show you guys what you're going to need. First, you're going to need your iron set on cotton. You're going to need an iron. Next, I would suggest having 2 rolls of one color of duct tape. Duck brand duct tape works the best. 2 pieces of 24-inch belting. I'm going to be using white, a ruler or measuring tape, scissors and or X-Acto knife, stapler with extra staples, 2 pieces of 18 by 21 fabric. I'm using these fabric hoarders from Joann Fabrics, and that's it. So let's get to the first step. Okay, so our first step is to iron the fabric. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our iron and just rub it against the fabric. So as you can see, I'm just putting my iron on the fabric, and I'm going somewhat slow yet somewhat fast, and just easily rubbing on it. So, for my iron, it's setting 6 and it's cotton. And then when you're done with that, you're going to put your thingy up, and it's time to switch. So you're going to take the sides, and you're going to slowly turn it over. Also, the other thing that I forgot is you're going to want stuff to stuff your bag in, so that you get a nice, good shape. So slowly go over the fabric with the iron, okay? And you're going to want to do this to both pieces. So I'll be back once I've done it to both pieces. So I think that this is a pretty good angle, so what you're going to do is open up your duct tape. Sorry that I see this on camera. Maybe I'll put this back on when I finish. All done unraveling it, so first step is to take the first strip of your duct tape. Attempt to get the first strip off. I'm going to say. So you're going to want to peel it up and basically peel it up. In this beginning, it's a little weird, and you're going to want to place it down right on here. And let me move my chair back so I can get a little bit closer. You're going to basically take the duct tape and slowly and evenly fit your fabric stays. You're going to want to straighten out your fabric, inch your fabric inch the duct tape across your fabric. And I would suggest leaving a bit on the end, on both ends, just to make sure that you get a nice, even thing. Then take your titanium scotch scissors, or your scissors, I'm using titanium scotch, because they probably work the best out of all the scissors I've tried, and do your next piece. And do that all the way up until you're done with the first piece. Okay, so I just finished my first piece, so you're going to do the exact same thing with your second. So I'll be back when I've done that. That was about 5 minutes, I'm going to guess. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I'm back and I finished both sides. So now the next thing is to do is to trim your edges. So basically you're just going to want to take your scissors and just continuously, I would suggest if you're using like titanium scissors to use the tip of the scissors, just because it works a bit better than the bottom, as you can see here. So just take your scissors and snip along the edges, and I will be right back once I have completely snipped all my edges, and it looks really cool and pretty, and I love it. So, This took me like 3 seconds to trim, you guys can see. So trim the other piece and the other size and I'll be back. Now would be that time for that tape measure or ruler and that belting that I was telling you guys about. So I'm going to grab a new stapler that actually has some staples in it. And I'm going to measure 2 inches down with my tape measure. And at 2 inches, I'm going to move it like so. And I'm going to fold 2 inches across the side of my bag. Now, you guys see this? We're doing 2 inches across. 2 inches across. Let's try to fold this out a little bit, I'm trying to show you guys more of what I'm doing. Okay, so let's just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and fold here. Okay, so our whole entire thing is folded, and let's check to make sure it's 2 inches. 2 inches. See, is it 2 inches on this side? 2 inches, and it's 2 inches. So 2 inches all the way. Now, let's make sure that you can see the top here. Can you see? Yeah, okay. So, you're going to take your tape measure, ruler, whatever, and since mine I can't flip this way, I'm going to measure 6 inches here. I'm going to grab one of my 24-inch pieces of belting, and I'm going to place it all the way down at the bottom, as you guys can see. Then, I'm going to take my stapler, and I'm going to place, let's get the stapler up into this, lock it into place, and I'm going to staple 4 to 5 staples in to make sure that that strap is really in place where you want it. So that side of the strap is in place. Then, again, let's put it on the other side. My camera. Let's take the camera on the other side of me, and let's push it down and measure out 6 inches on this side. Then take your belting, making sure that the whole entire thing is unraveled. Place it down, and again, take your stapler, stick it under the staple thing, and 4 to 5 staples. So 5 staples. Then, after you have done the 4 to 5 staples, let's bring you into a front view of it. You're gonna take duct tape. I really love this front view, so you might be in this front view for a little bit. So you're gonna grab your duct tape roll, the blue, or whatever color you're using, the main color, and you're basically gonna stick it onto the fabric. So I'm gonna cut this little top off just because it's not pretty, and I'm going to make sure that it's all done like that nicely, and I'm going to firmly stick duct tape to cover those staples to make sure that they lock into place. So we're sticking really hard. Now, for this tote bag, it's for me, and I'm going to be carrying some really heavy items in it. So I'm going to basically take my duct tape and firmly, again, cover those staples really a lot. And we have officially covered the staples. And do that exact same process to the other side. And I will be back with the new setup once I finish doing this exact same thing to the other side. Now, the next step is probably the easiest step in this entire bag. You're going to take it and start at the very tippy top of your fabric, and go in a semi-eyeballing straight line down your bag. So cover the perimeter in staples. So as I'm doing, like so, holding down, stapling. And you could, I don't know about old staplers, but you could, sewing machines, but you could sew this on too. But stapling, since this is no sew, so I'm using staples, so I'll be back when I am complete with this. Okay, so now the next step is to cover the perimeter in duct tape. So start at the top of your bag, the way to the top, and basically you're going to tear down the bag with your roll of duct tape. Okay, and snip, and okay, roll it over, and boom, perfect hem, all completed in an instant. Okay, so I'll be back once I've done the entire perimeter staple thing. So I'll be back. Alright, okay. So now you have something like this. Now this is an amazing tote bag. Turn it around and use it. But I like my corners to be square. So what we're going to be doing is taking your bag and lower it down. Take your two hands inside the corner and puff it. And this is probably what I'd like to call the hardest part of the bag, because it is a little bit tedious and it is a little bit difficult. Okay, so we got it here. Now you can either take a ruler or a measuring tape. For this part, I like to use a ruler, but it's all based on your personal preference. My personal preference is ruler. Some people might not. Okay. So we're going to want to measure out 7 inches from the top, okay? So we have 7 inches. I actually have to remeasure that out this way, okay? Then grab your stapler that you have handy dandy and staple along the 7 inches that you made your thingy on. And then do that on both sides and just basically staple along, and I'll be done once I'll be back once I've stapled along both sides. Hello? Okay, so now you've covered up with duct tape. You're going to turn it on like this, and you're going to push the bag like that and invert it. So I'll be back once the fabric side is showing. Now, this is a perfect bag. But as you can see, these corners are a little pushed in. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take it from the inside and push them out. So I'll be back once I've pushed out both of my corners. Okay, so I finished, and now there's those little flaps. So we're going to tape those down, and I'll be back after I tape the flaps down. Now you're going to want to stuff it, so I'll be back once I've stuffed it with these big children's books over here. So I just finished stuffing, and you're all ready. Take this out in about 10 to 20 minutes, and you'll have a perfectly adorable bag. Thanks for watching YDIY. Next time on YDIY, I'll show you how to make a t-shirt bag. Bye, thanks.